Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my setup for August of 2024 in all of my planners that I'm currently using. Well, trying to use. So first things first, we'll start with the top. So this is my Hobonichi Weeks. Ideally, I would like to use it for fitness tracking, health, wellness. So this is a place that I would like to track like my mood and my energy level and medication, workouts. If I have a headache and I take additional meds for that, maybe if I have sinus issues, all those fun little details. So as you can see, this started in 2023 and I went through it and used it for that, but I still had a lot of blank space. So I wanted to repurpose this and use it into 2024. It will definitely carry me through 2024 and most likely into 2025. Now I have been having a little bit of trouble with keeping up with this. So if you guys have been hanging out for a little bit, then this page will look very familiar because it literally said July during my July setup, and I just pulled this up and popped it in August because I did not use it at all in July. I struggled through June with using it and trying like some different layouts and things. I want to try to give it one more go in August and just see if I can make this work or if I just need to table it, repurpose it, what have you. So I'm gonna give it one more go. So that being said, there's really no setup. And the reason for that being, I really wanna try like a free, there's like my fingers are all sliced up from grating cheese. It's ridiculous. Not grating cheese, grating butter, actually. Baking life. But I really want to try like a bullet journal freeform style, meaning like I want to put the date, whether that's with a timestamp, date stamp or something like that. And then I just kind of want to freeform record everything versus trying to block it off, because I feel like some days I need more room, other days I don't use it at all because there's nothing of note. So I'm going to give it one more go and hopefully it sticks. I've also thought of some additional ideas that I could use this journal for. I've considered using it more as a budgeting space as well. So we'll see what it morphs into, but we're going to give the health wellness concept one more month. And if I don't record anything, then we'll just table it. So wish him luck. Oh, and just as a side note, what I used to create the labels, I have a denim looking paper that I use, and then I just use the We Are Memory Keepers little punch, pop that in there, and then I use the sticker tablet book from Carpe Diem. Sorry, I was probably like way out of frame there, for my monthly labels. So that's that little setup. All right, the next one I want to take a look at is my budget journal. So this is just an older cover out of my stash that was just hanging out. I think I bought it as like a bundle for something, like it came with something else I bought, and it's just been hanging out in my stash along with this insert, and so I just decided to give it a go. And I've had months that worked and months that didn't. I would definitely love to do like a 6-month check-in flip, and discuss that and plans for 2025 and kind of what I'm thinking as we like inch towards like the Hobonichi release weekend of Labor Day and all of that good stuff. But that will be another video on another day. But my setup for this is pretty simple. I break down my checks of the date that I'm going to get them and things that would be applicable to pay inside of that. Now, I can also choose to like move it to another check and I'll indicate accordingly. But I just do like a little check mark once it's paid off, or I'll do like a migrating tab, or I'll just draw a straight line through it, not all the way through it, just like a little, almost like a minus sign if I don't need to pay it at all. I think maybe I'll do like an X. That's another thing I could do, is like I don't need to pay that, it's already paid, or it's paid off, there's a zero balance, whatever the case may be. but I actually get 3 paychecks in August, so I've listed those. And then I have a page for every 8 days. That's how I break down my budget. Allotment of every 8 days, it kind of resets to 0. So I have those pages, and then I have a section for notes. So at the end of every week, I can record how much was spent in those 8 days. And I say week, in those 8 days. If I was up or down, and what I feel like contributed to it positively or negatively, and an action item moving forward. And that is just kind of my simple setup for that. I don't have too much left in that insert, so I think I'm going to end up having to start a new insert in probably September or October. All right, now we're going to get to the juicy one that everybody's here for. Or at least I feel like everybody's always here for. Okay, so this is my Hobonichi Cousin. This is a Han edition, so it is a hardcover. The first thing we're gonna look at is my yearly section, which I recently changed over from being a habit tracker to, again, more of a fitness-based thing, where I'm recording if I'm under 10,000 steps, over 10,000, or over 12. I've cracked 12, or cracked higher numbers than that, but not enough to create like a new dot, I don't think yet. I may do that as we inch closer to the fall, because I will probably be hiking and doing some more activities, so it might become a little bit more applicable in September, October, and November. I did do a line last month, and then my plan was to do like kind of my workout on this side and like any event-based thing. I'm not gonna do that this time around. I'm just gonna see what I wanna notate there. And one thing that I am encouraging myself to do is to like kind of back off on my structure and my outlines a bit, because I feel like that's causing the issue. Is like I'm like, that's not enough space to put that there, or that's not enough space to put that there. So I kind of just want to play with that a little bit. And then you'll notice like I didn't record any workouts. I have either not been recording my workouts, or they're going in my daily pages. So that's that. So sometimes they do end up in the weekly spreads. Like I might write 30-minute elliptical and abs and arms, or something really simple. But I would like to get back to recording that a little bit better, because I do actually use that information. If I've kind of backed off weights for a little while, I'll want to go back and see like, okay, what was the last weight that I stopped at? So maybe I like dock it by a few pounds and start there. And I'm like, okay, just getting my body back into the swing of things a bit. As far as my monthly spread goes, I need to do some work on the July one. This is August, and I've started kind of recording whatever colors I'm choosing in the spreads as well, just to help you guys out if you're curious what the color combos are. So 312 is like one of my favorite colors. I think I've used it definitely for the last like 3 months. Yeah, it's one of my faves. But I've got that for my headers, which this is my cleaning list, and then like some extra tasks that I have. And I do need to add to here, because I've been trying to be better about like changing filters and things like that. So I've got a tab for each room in the house, and then my car, and then any extra projects I want to take on. I've got a YouTube like filming icon for my upload days, and I just fill it in once I've actually done the upload. This is actually uploading on the 1st instead of the 31st, just due to time constraints and coming back from vacation and all of that jazz. So thank you guys for your patience. I definitely had a lag in videos due to just taking a family trip and not having enough time to get everything set up the way I would have preferred. But that is life, and we move on, and not going anywhere, just had a little lag there. So thanks for your patience. So I used 312 for my headers and these little dots, and then I've got 885 for all of my icons, and I'm gonna use 553 whenever it's applicable to post like additional content. So if I decide to post to Instagram, or if I decide to post to Facebook or the Facebook group for Coffee Monster Co., I would use like a little dot to indicate that. Then we will go to the weekly tabs. So most of you would have seen this set up in the July video, because half the week is July and half of it is August. So I usually show it as long as it's not like a hard stop or something. So I've got this super cute every minute a story washi that's Harry Potter themed. It was from a release, I think sometime last year, because Harry Potter's birthday is this Wednesday right there, which is the last day of July. So I've got that. I decided to go with something a little bit different. Again, trying to change things up a little bit, change my interest level. So I wake up really early, so it's not great for me to have washi at the top. It doesn't matter if the washi is all the way at the bottom. I just don't always love like big gaps like this. So I thought this might be really interesting because I had it stop. I think this is like 9 o'clock. I'm a pretty early to bed person, but I thought this might be really fun to kind of be a little bit more accurate about my, like what I'm doing in that time frame. And then using the bottom to maybe do like a top 3 things, or maybe put some trackers, or maybe what I'm watching and what I'm reading. That could be something else. I'm thinking of similar ideas for the sidebar as well. I don't normally use my sidebar very much, so I think that would be really fun to just play around with a different layout for a spread or two. I went back to my original washi at the bottom for this spread because this is a little bit larger and I was worried that I really wasn't going to have enough space, so I thought putting it back at the bottom would be good. This is like the Sunset Galaxy or Sunset Shimmer or something like that from Coffee Monster Co. This is a Dear Lizzie washi that I had. This is the Planning Time 2.0 washi from Coffee Monster Co. So it's got that pretty green background. I thought this one might be a good one because this is kind of the week before Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to be giving thought to what I want to pick out for next year. If I want to place any orders over that weekend, it's usually a pretty heavy planner weekend. So I'll definitely be looking at what's being offered, and there's some things that I definitely want to start picking up planning for next year and playing with and getting comfortable with before I get into 2025. Again, just kind of trying for something different. I had this super pretty skinny washi that I wanted to use, and I'm really trying. I thought this was kind of like very last days of summer, like those golden colors, but still kind of floral. And then I did the bar at 10 o'clock to give me a little bit of a longer day. And I thought that was kind of different too. I normally wouldn't do like 2 washis on this spread. So that is my setup for my weeklies. I don't do any setup in the daily section. I just use it as the day comes. And I don't fill in like the habits or anything. I've always tried to maintain like a certain amount of blankness, for lack of better phrasing. I really like a small setup so that I can enjoy the creative experience more whenever I'm in that week, or have the ability to move things around as the month changes. Because I've noticed if I try to structure it too much, then it takes away from the creative time in that actual day and week. And then I get really fussy and kind of abandon it because it maybe isn't the theme I wanted, or it isn't the look, or I found myself like bulk planning and then just like not tending to it. I hope that makes sense. But I hope you guys gained some inspiration from this, and I'm wishing you all a very happy August. And until next time, enjoy creating your own little wonderlands. Bye, everybody.